What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning C++. My name is QDS Danny and you guys watching my channel Koraiwood. I really congratulate you guys if you guys making this far. In this video we're going to talk about polymorphism and we talk about the virtual functions. At the beginning of inheritance videos I said that if you guys don't understand the inheritance, it's very hard for you guys to understand the virtual functions and the virtual base classes, and we discussed here in the previous video. If you guys use the keyword virtual with both parents, as I said to you guys, that if you have a copy, the parents got a copy and it's got a string, and it's got this child A has a copy of the string A, and the child B has got the same copy, and the child C, grandchild, which is the child which inherits from child 1 and child 2, and this one also has a copy. But if you guys go ahead and compile, then the C++ gonna be confused which copy you guys mean to. In order to solve that one, you guys either use the scope resolution operator or you guys use the keyword virtual. So the virtual solves the problem. So the now C++ knows that you guys mean by the copy of this copy of not the child 1 and child 2. Alright, so that's the virtual base classes. So in this video we're gonna start polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is a Greek word meaning multiforms. Polymorphism is different implementation of the function can be accessed by the same name. So you've got the same name but different implementation. It allows same function name to invoke the one response in a derived class objects. One interface and another way for the polymorphism is one interface, multiple methods. So you have only one interface and you have multiple methods. So in C++, virtual methods are used to implement polymorphic classes. So as I said to you guys, if you guys look in here, we are using the virtual methods. Virtual here that's the virtual base classes, and now here we are using the virtual methods are used to implement polymorphic classes. So can be achieved on two ways. So the first one is can be achieved by runtime and the compile time. So at the runtime, inheritance, as we've seen that one, inheritance, we have a base class and derived classes and virtual functions. So it can be achieved. So the polymorphism can be achieved on the runtime and it can be achieved on the compile time. So if you guys want to see the compile time is we have done function overloading or operator overloading the previous videos. If you guys you're not sure what is function overloading or operator overloading, you guys go ahead and check our previous videos about the operator overloading and the function overloading. So, and it can be achieved on runtime, which is inheritance, which we've done in a few videos before, and the virtual function, which we've done in the last video. Alright, so the keyword virtual is used to declare virtual methods in the base class. So that's the keyword is used. Alright, so before doing that, I just want to emphasize, so if you have a base class, for example, base class, now your base class, if you have guys have a pointer, because that's very, very important. So if you have a pointer, say for example P, and you have a child class, say it's child 1, for example, child 1 class, and you have a grandchild class, for example, grandchild class. Okay, so now you have normally C++, the pointer cannot point to another type, but inheritance and the virtual function is the exception. And now the child class, and we have so this grandchild inherits from the child class, which in turn child class goes to inherit from the base class. So now we have a function and we have an object. So for example, we have a base class which is a pointer, and now we have a child class and we have an object of that child class. So we put a child object, for example, and now we have a grandchild object. Alright, so now this grandchild object, so I'm gonna put a child object, or you guys can see our grandchild object, our GC object. I'm gonna put a GC objects. I'm gonna put a C objects. Okay, so that this is the child object and this is the grandchild object. So keep in mind, you have a base class and you have a pointer P, you have a child class which is got a C objects inside the main. We create an object here, so we need to share here. So we have a grandchild which is GC object. So now our P, which is a pointer of the base class, it points to the C object, which is the, and I'm gonna put a here, I'm gonna put a reference, and now I'm gonna put a P, and I'm gonna put a reference operator and GC object. Now you guys seen that we have a base class which is a pointer, and I'm going to show you shortly how. And we have a grandchild which is C objects. Now our P can point to C objects, and this and at the same time it can point to GC object. So because it can form in a multiform, as I said to you guys, that's a polymorphic. It's polymorphism is different implementation of function can be accessed by the same name. So you guys gonna see here that we have a pointer, and our pointer can at the same time can go and point towards the child objects, and at the same time goes and point at the grandchild object. So this grandchild inherits from the child object, which in turn child objects inherits from the base class. So you guys shouldn't have any ambiguity or any problem with the virtual base here. So I'm gonna close that one. Okay, so now we're gonna come and we're gonna create some our classes here. You guys can create class, for example, base. So that's a class base. I'm gonna give you guys very easy example, so I'm not gonna make it very complicated for you guys. So now you guys have a public part here, which you guys gonna put your public. So the first one is gonna, you guys can print anything you guys like. You guys can say void print, or void say hello, or void, I'm gonna put a void say hello. So void say hello, for example, hello, and void say hello, I'm gonna make it as a function. Okay, now I have a function. Now I'm gonna put a C out hello from base class. So that's it. Now I'm printing something here that I'm telling that I'm saying hello from the base class, because base class loves everyone. That's what I'm trying to do. Alright, so now we have a void say hello, and here now I'm going to show you guys that you guys need to put a virtual here. Why you guys need to put a virtual here? Because now I'm gonna use the same function in different classes. So now as I said to you guys, this ability of some of one is here. So one interface, multiple methods. So now we created our interface. Now we're gonna go and use it in different classes. So is it possible? Really, is it possible? Now you're going to tell me that Mr. Yazdani, is it really possible that we can use say hello to every other classes? Yes, it's possible. And you guys trust me, you guys not going to get in trouble with the C++. C++ going to say everything is okay. Now you guys know, now you might be thinking, then what if the copies of this say hello goes to there, and then C++ gets ambiguity, confusion? Then I'm going to tell you guys, as long as you guys use a virtual, then you guys should not have any problem. So you guys look in here, the keyword virtual is used to declare virtual method in a base class, because we are using the virtual. So C++ virtual methods are used to implement polymorphic classes. Now we are implementing the polymorphic classes. Alright, so now we are gonna put another class, which you're gonna put a class. You guys can create any derived class, or class A, or class B, or class C, or D, whatever you guys want to put. So for example, if you guys put a drive one, if you guys put a drive, for example, we haven't used a drive one, and I'm gonna put a public. then I'm gonna inherit from the base, not the base, from the base. All right, so now I have this class, and I have public, and I'm gonna copy that one, and I'm gonna bring it here. Now how cool is this? You guys have a look, but the only problem is that you guys don't use the virtual here, because as I said to you guys, here is simple virtual method are used to implement polymorphic classes. Keyword virtual is used to declare virtual methods in a base class. Keyword virtual it means you guys can use it in a base class. You guys don't use it here. So here you guys don't need to put it. That's I'm not sure. I just put a next line because a lot of people might not agree with me. They say, why every time you guys put an endl. Now we here, there looks like where is this one coming from? This one is, that one's here, this one's from here, this one's here, and this one's, I don't know sure where it's coming from. Okay, so now we are using the same say hello here, and we are using from the hello from the derive one class. All right, so now we're gonna copy the whole. We're gonna create another class, and we're gonna copy the whole class drive2 and name it drive2, for example. And we're gonna inherit from the base, because the base have a, as I say to you guys, child 1, and the base have a child 2. It's got the same functions from drive2 class. Our child 2, for example, in the previous videos we have used the drive our child 1, so you guys know which one is where it's coming from. All right, so this base, our parent, in other words is parent, and we are using the virtual. And now here we have a drive 1 which inherits base, and we have a drive 2 which inherits base as well. But the only notable things, if you guys note here, because we are using was say hello, and say hello, but with this one you guys using the virtual keyword here. All right, so now you guys need the base class reference parameter. So you guys now have a base, and you guys need some sort of function for reference parameter. So now you guys gonna come here and put a void, and you guys can put it a, b, c, x, y, z. So you guys, I'm gonna put x, for example. Okay, so now I'm gonna put some sort of function which I'm gonna use the base, this guy here, and I'm gonna put some sort of reference here. So I'm gonna put a base, and I'm gonna put a b, for example. So I want to make sure I'm not using b anywhere else, so because I have a class base, and I'm using base, and now here because I have a parameter here, I have some sort of object here. Now I'm gonna reference it, and I'm gonna put a end, and I'm gonna come here, and now I have function x, and now I have a this is my constructor, and that's my reference. And now I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna put a b dot I'm gonna put a say hello. That's it. Now I have a reference, I have created the reference to all. So I'm gonna come down, and now if you guys notice here, I have a function x, and I'm gonna constructor, and that's my reference, and I'm referencing all, because this is now b is gonna reference all. So I'm gonna come here, so I'm gonna put a base. I want to make sure that my class name is base. Yes, that's a base. Then I'm gonna put a x, and I'm gonna put a y here. Or you guys can put something else if you want. You guys can even put a wood, for example, as long as it's not matching with this one, and you guys not going to be in trouble. Base, and then you guys need to put a derived we're going to create another object, derived 1 and derived 2. So we're going to create another 2 objects. So we're going to create derived 1 and derived 2. So that's my base. I'm going to put a derived 1, which is for example, you guys can put a anything else. You guys can put a W, for example, our D1, and I'm gonna put a drive 2, and I'm gonna put it X. No, I can't put X. I think I haven't used. I use the X here. WO, for example, because base has got a wood, and this one's got a W, which is this guy here, and the second one has got a whatever you guys want to put. So I can't think of any other things, but if you guys want to put X, Y, Z, A, B, C, up to you. All right, so now we are gonna come here, and we're gonna pass all the objects. So we're gonna use this guy here, the reference, and I'm gonna put a X dot. Sorry, I'm gonna put an X because I have a parameter here inside. I'm gonna use that one, so I'm gonna put a so when you guys put an X, you guys referring to this function, you're calling this function. So here X, and then you guys, what you guys do, and then you guys gonna put a wood, for example, here wood, and then you guys gonna put an X, and then you guys gonna put the second one, which is the W, and then you guys gonna put an X, and then you guys gonna put O. Simple as that. Now we're gonna see. So because the first one, we are using this function, which is X, and that's our constructor. So I'm referencing, I made up this B. So then through this one, I'm accessing all this say hello, and here I have created the base, and I name it wood, and the drive 1 I name it W, and the drive 2 I name it O. So here I just using the X there, that's a function X, and I'm using this object here, the first object, the second object, the third object. All right, let's see, and I'm gonna see if I have any other thing dingling around. No, nothing, no problem. Okay, let's go and build. So let's see, and it's all clear, it's all good. And now if you're gonna run, and now you're gonna see that hello from the base class, hello from the drive child 1 class, hello from the drive 2 child 2 class. As you guys gonna see, there is only one. If you guys remember, so how we started our function overloading, if you guys remember very early videos, that was like 40 videos, previous 40, I think 50 videos before, say, when I was showing you guys how you guys overload your function, and that was function was like wood 1, wood 2, wood 3. So that's how you guys using this one. So this is called polymorphism in C++, because there is a one-to-one function, and you guys using the virtual. And now you guys looking here, there is you have a base class using your base, and now you guys looking here at the drive 1, you guys can use that same function, say hello, then here say hello, then here say, it doesn't matter how many classes you have that is inheriting from the base class. It doesn't matter if you, even if I have class that inherits from the drive 1 or drive 2, it's all gonna work, no problem, as long as you guys create here some sort of function, and you guys use your constructor from the base. If you guys name this parent, make sure you guys needs to use the parent here. That's you guys, whatever name you guys want, and you guys can put a Mazat, Michael, Linda, whatever you guys want to put name, up to you. But you guys, this is very important, the parameter here, because you guys needs to put a parameter, and you guys needs to reference it, and that's some sort of, you guys put X, Y, Z, A, B, C, whatever you guys need. As long as you guys here, then you guys needs to use object, because you guys referencing this is a constructor, and you're referencing to B, and now B is gonna access to all this say hello. You guys can use all the say hello here, and provided the first one is you guys using the virtual. It's a little bit confusing, but if you guys practice a few times, you guys, it's going to be the second nature for you guys, so you guys will have no problem understanding the virtual function and polymorphism in C++. So that's how here we have created our base, that's a constructor. And then you guys, now you're going to tell me, if you don't have a constructor here, how can we use a constructor? Because by default, as soon as you guys create a class and here you guys come in instantiate here, the C++ is going to create a constructor for you, and the constructor name and the class name is the same. And you guys just think that you guys putting the class name. So that's it. C++ make it easy for you guys. As long as you guys, if you guys want to use constructor, by all means you guys can use it. You guys can put a, if you need a parameter, then you guys can use your constructor here on top. If you guys needs to parameterize constructor, then you guys gonna put a base here. But if you guys don't, then the C++ by default going to create a constructor for you. So that's a drive 1 and that's a drive 2, and that's one we name it wood, and that's one we name it W, that's one we name it O, and that's one you guys can put A, B, C, X, Y, Z, I don't care. And then you guys can put your X, this guy here, call this function and put your parameter inside, and this, sorry, you can put your object inside and put object as a parameter here. So when you pass objects, and you can see the result is that hello from the base class, hello from derived child 1 class, and hello from the child 2 class. All of them working flawless, and the beauty of this one is that all of them share the same name. So this is the polymorphism, and as we come here, and I said to you guys, the polymorphism is a Greek word meaning multiform. So we're creating the multiform. We have one interface and multiple methods. So we're creating our interface here, and we have using a lot of methods here with the same name. So that's it with polymorphism and virtual functions. If you guys have any question or comment, you go leave it in comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.